dear Bagginses and Boffins.
Next one here from Anthony Morgan. It's cheap generic crap. Looks like something made in Italy in the 60s. I don't really know what that means. Made in Italy in the 60s. Spaghetti westerns looked freaking awesome. I don't know what you're talking about. But no, this does not look anything like a spaghetti western. Some people,
trailer.
yeah, some people like the look of this. I'm hit or miss on this look. There's a little bit of a video game vibe to it. It is an early teaser, so we don't even have a full trailer yet. So, let's let the looks go for a tiny bit, at least in part, especially the CGI. They might be even cleaning it up as we speak. So, yeah.
They saw your comment and they're fixing it.
Yeah, Anthony, we'll pass it along to our head of... No, I'm just kidding. We're not sponsored. There's a lot of comments here that I've skipped over that are just like, these guys are paid shills for Amazon. We are not paid shills for Amazon. We wish we were. We would be loving that. We're not, though. We love Lord of the Rings, especially the original trilogy. We keep talking about it, and that's why we made this channel. We just love the movies so much. We watch them all the time. And we hope that we can regain that through this show. Not that we need to regain it. I mean, we have the original trilogy, but like it'd be nice to get new content that lives up to that standard. But, yeah. I'm not expecting it to live up to that standard, but I'm hoping that they at least capture that essence where I can really sit down and enjoy it and then talk to you and talk to other people who enjoy it and just get really excited about it. You know what I mean? I didn't used to do that with The Hobbit. When The Hobbit came out, I was not a Hobbit fan. In fact, I was anti-Hobbit. I thought if you speak of The Hobbit in a fun way, you're not a Lord of the Rings fan. I've changed my tune. I've calmed down off of my soapbox, but I do want to say that I want this show to be fun, but I also don't want it to wreck what I already think is great. In fact, perfection. So it's a fine line to walk, I know, but I'm hoping they can do it. Let's let them make their show, and we'll see what we get. Then we will all jump on here, and I will be the first one to join you, Anthony. If it looks terrible, you and me will be high-fiving, saying, this looks like cheap, generic crap made in... I don't know why you said Italy in the 60s. I don't really get that, but if it looks cheap, generic crap, I will agree with you on that, Anthony. I can guarantee that. All right, Stefan highlights. Well, these guys said they got involved with Amazon. Logic says they have to shill for the show.
When did we say that?
No, I think... What video was this? Good news for the Rings of Power. I forget what we said in that video. I don't think they're saying us. Stefan, if you're saying that we got involved with Amazon, again, I don't think you are, but if you are...
That's about... We were talking about an article we read.
Yeah. I think this is talking about an article.
Okay.
That the guys... Oh, you know what this was? This might have been people who had seen... Remember we talked about that event where...
Right, they got in, they got taken to see these
Yes,
scenes.
that's what
Right.
I think Stefan is talking about here. Okay.
Yep.
Maybe. I don't think they're shilling for the show necessarily. I think what may have happened, if you are correct, Stefan, is that they want to be invited back for more of that kind of stuff, potentially. So they're going to be positive about the show. Sure. Maybe some of them are saying that. Again, they were only shown 20 minutes of the show. And maybe they were only shown the best parts. I don't know, right? So I don't think logic dictates that they shill for the show. There is a high influence of them wanting to potentially shill for the show. So I will agree with you there. There is maybe an influence that is saying, hey, do you want more invites? Be positive. This is a common problem we've seen in the video game space, especially when it was first taking off in the early 2000s, where video game companies would just buy reviews, like just buy reporters essentially, and say, hey,
Right.
give us the best grade possible, and we're going to give you an early copy of the game, and we'll invite you out to all of our early testing, all that kind of stuff. So we'll have to wait and see, Stefan. Hopefully we get to see that 20 minutes as like a trailer or a double trailer or something. Who knows? I doubt it, but hopefully. All right. Odin again. Welcome back, Odin. You're behind. Everyone's been talking about this for a few days. Yeah, I know. We are this.
This is not our day. We have day jobs.
Yeah, this is not what we do
unfortunately.
for a living. Maybe one day, but this is not what we do for a living. So yeah, we're gonna be a little bit behind. In fact, this video we're making is gonna be I don't know, like a couple weeks out from when we're actually making it, because we do a bunch in bulk as the news comes out. So you'll see this eventually. But yes, I'm sorry we can't be as timely as some other people. Just
I mean,
bear with us.
we're 18 years late on our Lord of the Bling review. So.
That's right. That's right. Stay tuned for an 18 years too late review. All right. Feldwibble. Amazon is forging a travesty, an insult to the legacy of J.R.R. Tolkien, while urinating on the fans and taking a massive dump on the lore.
But we've talked about
yeah,
this.
we've done that. We've done that.
Okay.
Okay. The original books. This is by Sick Juicy's Jam Shack. That's a sweet name, by the way. The original books were extremely violent when it came to describing the fighting. They were also less descriptive mentions of how the orcs would mutilate the corpses of their enemies as part of their overall drive to desecrate things. When filming the original Lord of the Rings trilogy, the production crew actually had a team that would bring in fake guts and brains to make the battlefields more realistic. And they recorded shots of this. There were also a scene in the Two Towers where the Uruk-hai would hack up the corpses of fallen men and elves at Helm's Deep after they scaled the walls as part of their blood frenzy.
Yeah.
This got cut out, as did most of the gore shots, to keep the release PG-13. There's also a cutscene where Aragorn, Gimli, and Legolas come across the corpse of the orc that got eaten by the Uruk-hai and notice how it got picked clean. But Peter Jackson said that they have it all on film and might release it as part of an R-rated version someday.
That'd be fantastic. That would be fantastic, actually.
While I prefer the original trilogy as it is, a masterpiece, I think it would be interesting to see a version that stays true to the violence of the books, because you really get a feel for how horrifying, bestial, and beyond comprehension the orcs must have been to the free peoples of Middle-earth. It would also make you pity the orcs too, because they're living in hell, surrounded by brutality and cruelty all the time. Also, Tolkien channeled a lot of his experiences in World War I, of seeing carnage and wasted lives. It would have to be tastefully done. Yes, I think...
Press the heart button.
Yeah, where is it? Heart button, thumbs up. This is a great comment. This is the comment of the day or week or whatever this is. I love it. I knew some of this, didn't know all of it. I have not heard the idea. I mean, you and I have joked about an R-rated version. In fact, this article is a joke about if you could put the F word in... Wait, isn't that right? If you could put the F word in, is that this video? Wow. It might also be the video where we talk about that they might have sex scenes, but it sounds like no. This, if you could put the F word in anywhere, where would you put it? Anyway, I agree. I would love to see a truly R-rated version with extended scenes of all of this kind of gore. I mean, I don't know how much I actually want of this, because like this person points out, it's already a masterpiece. It would be interesting, though, to see all of that come together and to see how I feel about it with all of it added in, right? Because it might, to some, it might detract from the overall experience and themes of the film. Because if you're over glorifying the battles, I mean, maybe that adds to the messaging, which I think is the messaging, which is war doesn't solve anything. But then maybe, you know, it kind of does in the films and in the books. So the messaging is kind of a bit of a mess when it comes to that. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see what happens with a truly rated R version with all of this added back in. So yeah, I would love to see that though. You and I would we'd have some really good fun with that. Especially if Peter Jackson was there to re-edit it, and not leave it for someone else to do, because I'd love to see his take on how it should be edited.
Yeah.
Dan B is back. They're making a prequel to Tolkien's work, not Peter Jackson. Peter Jackson is not Tolkien. I am so glad for things to be different from Peter Jackson, so people can again use their imagination. Not looking like Peter Jackson is a huge bonus. I am glad you are prepared to watch an episode. I'm not sure if the show will be good, but I am going to give it a chance. All right, Dan B again coming in strong. That's an interesting comment. I kind of see where they're coming from.
Yeah, it's good to. Yeah.
I mean, I think we talked about that a little bit.
Get a fresh take.
Yeah, like we talked about that a little bit in our orc video. How I think these orcs look better than Peter Jackson's orcs.
Mhm.
So, maybe other things will too. Maybe I'm just not giving them enough credit in some of those other areas. So, yeah, I'm optimistic as well as Dan B is. Now, some of the things I do wish that it was going to be a prequel to Peter Jackson is certain elements that would help me immediately recognize things as I move through the films, like certain swords, certain pieces of armor, that kind of stuff. So there are elements that I do wish would be directly related to Peter Jackson. And that's just me wanting it to be a cohesive visual medium uh, to have all of Tolkien's work in. But I agree with you, Dan B. They are making a Tolkien. Well, it's a prequel to. It's unclear what they're making, right, Dan B? Like they're making a TV show set as a prequel to the Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings trilogy, but Tolkien has already written this work, so they're not really making a prequel to Tolkien. They're making a prequel to an arbitrary date, which is the Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings as a whole. So, to me, I think the reason they're making it in this time period is because they are banking on people not wanting them to overlap with the Peter Jackson works. And so in that regard, I do think that some elements that do tie in would be beneficial, but I completely see your point and I'm open to seeing it. But I agree. I think this does give the showrunners the ability to use their imagination and come up with some really cool designs. So maybe it is a win that they aren't able to use Peter Jackson as a crutch, if you will. All right, Haravane. Okay, this is just like a kind of a. I guess this is just like kind of stats about. Oh, the Lord of the Rings Online had a high player count. I'm not really sure what. I guess they're just kind of correcting some of this stuff. I mean, I was getting my information from the article, so maybe the article was wrong. I guess the idea is that it didn't have the highest player numbers on average, but it did have a high player date somewhere around here. Where was it? Yeah, so last September, 108,000 accounts are playing monthly. And then 2021 and 2022, it continuously increased. But the hype has declined since a recent update. Oh, I see. So they get like a three-ish month update cycle. And right now they're having some lag issues. Okay, that's interesting. I've been meaning to revisit this and actually make an account again. I have not played in. Oh man, I have not played in like a decade and a half. Like I played way back when it first came out. I really haven't played since then. I just didn't have the time. But I have been meaning to go back and take a look at it and see what they've done with it. All right. And then we got this one from Lenny Henry. Oh, sorry. From Juso Vule. Juice. I have no idea how to pronounce that.
Uso
Vule. Yeah. Sorry, we did our best. Lenny Henry feels the show's impact could be profound. The Rings of Power's more diverse cast offers a welcome course correction for the genre, he says. If you can't see it, you can't be it. Finally, in the show, kids are going to see people of color taking up space in the center of a fantasy series. We're very visible in this world, and that's very exciting. So, I agree. It's hard for us to comment on this on this aspect, because we really don't have, like, we're really not the people to talk about this. We really have nothing to offer in this domain. Only that we think, I guess I think, I shouldn't put words in your mouth, but like, to me, that if the character is well put together, then it's a great addition. And if not, I don't think anybody's happy. Even if it is there showing people of color or different genders or whatnot, if the character is not designed well and is not handled well, then the show suffers, and then nobody wins. So my only thing is, if the characters are well done, then yeah, I'd love to see a more diverse cast of races and genders and whatnot. But I think the key there is that it is well written. I guess that'd be my only caveat, and maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe I'm completely wrong on that aspect. I could be. I personally think that I probably wouldn't watch a show if the characters aren't good, or if the show is just not good, even if it's diverse. But maybe that is me talking from a place of privilege and already having some other stuff to go back to. So I don't know. That's sort of my take. I really hope this is good, because I don't see anything wrong with a lot of the choices in this show right now. The only ones, and I think we're going to talk about it in a video before this comes out, is with the dwarf lore regarding Durin and what that means for the lore. But other than that, which is just a screwy storyboard type thing, I don't care what the characters look like. And so yeah, more diversity is great. I'm hoping more people, that this brings on more people to watch the show and be excited about Lord of the Rings. So I view it as a win. And last but not least, we have our good pal Tom Rose. Hi again, Tom. How are you doing? Yeah, I was writing this real quick. I mean, this is a short, right? I don't know why. I don't even know how you comment on shorts. Yeah, I misspelled orcs. I think I had Warhammer on my mind.
That's Warhammer 40k evolved into.
Hey, that is how you spell orcs in. Is it? Wait, do you not spell orcs? How do you spell orcs in the fantasy version? With a C?
Pretty sure, yeah. I think it's just orc with a K in 40k.
Oh, all right. Well,
I think
clearly
so.
I'm way off my game with the orc spelling. I'm gonna have to change that right away, Tom. You should be seeing that updated shortly. But I think that's it. We've responded to all the comments of late. So there you go. We do respond to these comments, and not even just the happy ones. We respond to some of the unhappy ones as well. So don't be afraid to comment. We love to hear from you guys. And yeah, I mean, be honest. Do you think we're too positive, too negative? Where do you think we stand? I know where I think, but I'm interested to hear what you think, where we've kind of, how we've sort of grown this channel. All right.
I regret to announce this is the end. I bid you all a very fond farewell.